quick question. Have you ever spent an hour studying only to realize you barely remember anything afterward? Like, you read the chapter, maybe highlighted a few lines, even felt productive for a second, and then later someone asks what you learned and your brain just goes blank. Honestly, I think this happens to way more people than we admit. And here's the weird part. A lot of top students aren't necessarily studying longer. They're just studying differently. There's one small thing many of them do almost automatically. And once you notice it, it's hard to unsee. They turn almost everything into questions. That sounds almost too simple, right? Like, seriously? Questions? But stay with me for a second, because this changes the way your brain pays attention. Most people study passively. They read, watch, highlight, maybe copy notes. And technically, yes, that counts as studying. But the problem is your brain can slip into autopilot really fast. You know that moment when you finish an entire page and suddenly realize, wait, what did I just read? Yeah, that's passive mode. Your eyes are working, your brain, not always. Now, here's the interesting part. The human brain naturally wakes up around questions. Think about this for a second.
If I asked, what would you do if someone handed you $10,000 tomorrow? Your brain instantly starts thinking. Ideas, scenarios, possibilities. You engage without even trying. But if I just started listing random facts about money for 2 minutes, different story. Your attention drops. That same thing happens while studying. And honestly, I think most students accidentally make learning harder than it needs to be, because we're taught to consume information. Read the textbook, watch the lecture, memorize the notes. Done. But learning doesn't really happen during consumption. It happens during engagement, and questions create engagement. That's the shift. Passive to question, to engage, to actually learn. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Imagine you're studying history. You read, the Industrial Revolution began in the late 18th century. Cool, most people move on. But someone using active questioning might stop and think, why did it happen then? What changed because of it? What would life look like if this never happened? See what just happened? Your brain moved from receiving information to interacting with it. That tiny difference matters way more than people realize. Now, here's the weird part. Your brain remembers things it has to work for, not in an exhausting way, just enough effort to stay involved. That's why you can somehow remember a random embarrassing moment from middle school, but completely forget what you studied yesterday. One thing pulled emotional attention. The other maybe didn't. And no, this doesn't mean studying has to become intense or complicated. Actually, it's the opposite. You just need better questions. Let's say you're studying biology. Instead of reading, mitochondria produce energy for the cell, you pause and ask, why does a cell even need energy? What happens if this stops working? Why is this important? Even if you don't fully know the answer yet, your brain starts searching, and searching creates attention. Attention creates memory. Most people miss this. They assume toppers just have better focus or naturally better memory. Sometimes, maybe.
But honestly, a lot of top students simply stay mentally involved. They don't sit there reading words like background noise. They're constantly checking in, questioning, connecting ideas. And this surprised me too, because for the longest time, I thought forgetting things meant I wasn't disciplined enough. Turns out, sometimes the method is the problem, not you. Think about this for a second. Have you ever reread the same paragraph 3 times and somehow understood it less each time? Yeah, that's usually a sign your brain quietly checked out. Now, here's a small trick. The moment you notice yourself drifting, stop immediately and ask one question, just one. What's the main idea here? Or maybe, if I had to explain this to a friend, how would I say it? That tiny pause can pull your focus back surprisingly fast. No complicated productivity system. No 10-step study routine, just curiosity. And before you think this means turning every sentence into homework, you don't need to question everything. That sounds exhausting. Think of it more like checkpoints. Every few minutes, stop and challenge what you're learning. Why does this matter?
What's important here? How does this connect to something I already know? Simple questions, quiet questions, but they keep your brain awake. Let that sink in, because this doesn't only work for school. It works for books, podcasts, online courses, even conversations. The moment you stop passively consuming and start asking questions, things become more memorable, more meaningful. Now, here's the key realization. Good students aren't always the people studying the longest. Sometimes they're just the people staying mentally present while they study. That's it. Questions create presence. So the next time you sit down with a textbook, try something different. Don't just read the page. Talk back to it a little. Challenge it. Get curious. Make your brain participate. Because learning isn't really about staring at information. It's about interacting with it. And if there's one thing worth remembering from this video, maybe it's this. Your brain pays attention to questions. So if studying has felt frustrating lately, don't immediately assume you need more discipline. Maybe you just need a better conversation with what you're learning. And hey, if you try this method this week, let me know in the comments if it actually changed how you study. I genuinely love to hear. If this helped even a little, leave a like so more students can find it. And if you want calm, practical ways to study smarter without burning yourself out, subscribe to Small Shift. In the next video, we're talking about one study habit that secretly wastes hours without most students even realizing it. See you there.